All right. Good morning, trader. Sorry for the delay. Had a little bit of an issue getting Zoom to play. Nice. But it is. And here we are. You should see my screen, hear my voice. Whoops. You should be able to talk to me, talk to each other. Good morning to you, Tom C. Good morning, James. Good morning, Charles and Jamie. Sorry, Janie. Mhm. Mhm. Give me just a second. All right, we're going to jump right in since we already had a little delay. So we've got a great group here. Sorry, my mouse is just not working right today. Morning, David. But officially, good morning, everyone, and welcome out to the Options Income Launchpad Monday Market Kickoff. I am Scott. It's been about, what's it been? It's been about 19 hours, give or take, since we were last hanging out. Hopefully, you had a chance to process your posture, create your short lists, and uh, get ready for what we're doing for this week. But let's go through it. As always, education and illustrative purposes only, nothing intended as a recommendation. We're not brokers or advisors, don't give advice. Any decisions made should be done so at your own risk, yada, yada, yada. Man, my mouse is going crazy today. That's the agenda. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get into it. Good morning, Stephen D. Thank you. Good Monday morning to you, Kent, and hello and good morning, Mario. Okay. Futures were eh, as is the market on the open. Now, this is always a little bit tricky. We know this. The S&P is down 0.27, the Dow is up 0.11, the Nasdaq is down 0.56. The Russell is not up 0.85. I do not know what the relationship or issue is that Yahoo is not able to get that quote. Anyways, this NVIDIA earnings fact will frustrate you. Earnings day hasn't been kind to NVIDIA. Uh, oh, shoot. Did I? Well, give me a second here. I wonder if my computer went through an update. I don't see my account. Good morning, Doug. And good morning to you, Vladimir. Good to see you both. While I'm waiting for that to pop itself up, give me just 1 second here. And we're going to see. Okay, so nothing scheduled. It is a big week, right? It is uh it is a big week. We have another reading on GDP. It definitely looks like it's coming in at that 1.5 mark. That's not a great growth rate. Is it recessionary? No, it's not as fast as we would like. It's certainly not negative. And remember that a recession is two consecutive negative output quarters. We certainly don't have that. Okay, and good day to you as well, Down Under Sandy. Good to see you as always. The bigger reading is the PCE. We have spending and income. Also, going to be looked at and also expected to drop? What are we mostly going to be paying attention to? Although, remember, it's the same basic Fed with the new chairman. So is PCE still going to be the quote unquote Fed's favorite? Is it more of a composite? Like we're still sort of learning. He's still sort of trying to, put his fingerprints on the Fed and what it's he does seem to be trying to pull back to a more of an Alan Greenspan style communications, and I like that. Um, so I'm uh cautiously optimistic. I would love to see that. And if he follows the numbers, which of course you kind of have to, but that would be amazing. All right, let's go through some charts. And let's see what we have going on. I want to start with the SPY. Now, this is why we tend to look for a combination. We never are like, oh, the stochastic's turn, so therefore, well, yeah, look what happened last time. It turned and then it dropped and then it turned and then it dropped and then it turned and then it moved. Good morning, Peter. Good morning to you, Victor. Good to see you both. Hope you had a good weekend. Interestingly, that was kind of like this little shakeout day during that process. So yeah, what do we have going on? Well, we seem to be finding a support. We're still at the same level. What are we waiting for? We're waiting for a buy day. Bam, it's got to come up. It's got to essentially for me, I'm going to probably go across the high of this day, 768.15, 6. I mean, these are 30 cents apart. So draw a line right there. Right now, that's where I want to see the buyers push it, which if they do, would correspond down here. Now, could that happen today? 100%. Yeah, I've seen it. Where all of a sudden at the end of the day, the candle would look like this. You would have a shadow, and then you would have a body, and it gets up like that. And that would be representative of the shadow would be this part. That's what it would look like if it turned the other way. Um, something kind of like that right there. Oh, actually, not even actually more so. Let me say. Oh no, I want that line back. Oh no, I don't want that. I would say like this right here. Right? You see how it has that lower shadow? That's what would be and then a bigger body. Like if we got a candle like that, boom. What's gonna happen? Exactly what happened down there. Look what came with it. Boom. Right? Only got a couple of days and then it fizzled out. Okay, fair. But we don't hindsight say, well, this only a signal's a signal. It did move. Some things probably went for 3 or 4 days. And anyway, could this happen today? Yes. Are we expecting it? No. We don't expect anything to happen. We just sort of say, all right, let's watch and see. Right now, sellers opened the market only by a little bit. It was barely down from before. Right now, the sellers are giving it the initial push. So if they push a little bit and it doesn't drop too far, we're still only 13 minutes in. We haven't even established our opening range yet. But right now, what are we? What are we thinking? We are, oh, we are bullish. Okay, so especially if you're looking at like the post for Sunday, um, or you look at this, do you like the color coding? I kind of like it. I find it like, oh, it's fast to see what happened. Um, you can see that my sector rotation, which had dropped the week before, stayed the same. You can see my major market increased by a quarter. That's my only change, and I my score was an increase. The same thing happened for the Oracle, but decreased based on a drop in short term. I like it. I'm gonna keep doing it. Um, More importantly, solid. We're calling it a solid bullish score. It's not a good bullish market or a great market. We're not up in the fives. We're not in the sixes touching into seven. That's when life really gets good for us. Um, but most in the group are in the same area. So 4 to 5, good solid area. Trends are in place. Are there concerns? Obviously. No one's pretending that we're anything other than we are. So when you think about that, what would I expect from a risk management standpoint? I would think there's still a pretty governed approach going on. Nobody's like, oh, I'm opening it up. I'm looking to really get a bunch of trade, right? Like that's when we're in the fives and the sixes and touching seven, that's when we're really trying to open up and get more trades on. It's a much easier market. Um, as much Sandy said, the commitment to continuous improvement is inspiring. We're all here trying to accomplish that same objective, obviously. So, yeah. Okay. What do I like best about the market? Well, let me show you. 3 more minutes and we'll go take a peek at our opening range and discuss it. But for now, let's pop over here. Um, Even today, you can see the VIX is really in a really solid spot. This is the upswing, and we're at 16. And we've been testing it the part for a few days now, 5 days now. Just not getting through that. So, if at the end of the day we did get what I said, we would probably see the VIX come down like this, probably break all of the lows. That's what I would be looking for as a confirmation. This would roll back over, and we'd be thinking, yeah, okay. When this thing, if it doesn't break higher and it drops, this is where we're hoping that we're going to get down into like 13, maybe even 12. Let's go see how long it's been. It's been a long time. Sometimes I think it's important to go backwards and show. Let's go 3 years first. Yeah, look back here. Really nice areas. Okay. So this is a time when we lived most of our life here, and when we only spiked up to like 20 or so, right? Okay, and what happened? I'm gonna just zoom in on this. Remember that the blank spot in the middle was that's the market right there that we had during that time. Boom, just bounce up, bounce up, bounce up, bounce up. We had one consolidation, stabilized, boom, bounce up, bounce up, bounce up. I mean, this was fabulous. It was fabulous. Um, a fantastic time. Okay. Anyways, what are we looking for from the VIX? So this is, if you remember, the saying, when the VIX is low, look out below. And I'm like, well, yeah, don't do that. Maybe when the VIX is low and starts spiking, then there's more issues. But the VIX can get low and stay low, and that was probably one of the best markets we've seen. Tried to do a little bit here. We just haven't gotten back down to that area yet. So, yeah, hopefully we do. Because it's not just better directionally trading. And you'll see this because there is a strategy I absolutely love during low implied volatility markets. Sometimes people are like, it's hard to get time on your side during low implied volatility markets. And I'm like, except there is a strategy known as calendar spreads, which is a phenomenal strategy implemented on the indexes that works very well in conjunction with heavy directional trading. Like, I mean, I'm absolutely going to be mostly directionally biased. Anyways, getting ahead of myself. Let's drop back down and let's take a look at the opening range now. So this is what I mean when I say sellers open the market. That's going to put that gap there. But we start from here. Sellers, 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 and then the buyers came in. That's our opening range. You can see we're right in the middle of it. I don't. We'll have to watch and see. For us to have any expectation of it ending up turning around and getting back up into a buyable area, it would have to get back up here and break out, probably test it, hold it, and then we might think maybe it can make an afternoon run. So again, I am not in any way saying that's what I think is happening or likely to happen. I would actually say that's unlikely to happen, but I'm not going to shut down the possibility. If that were to happen, I have no doubt it would generate signals, and we'll go through and see which ones are likely. Let me put this back where it was. So yeah, a slight a down 0.38% on a Monday morning. Am I like, oh no, what's going on? Our posture's nope. I'm just looking at it like, okay, this is what we're starting with. Let's go through the stocks and see how everything's looking, and we'll go from there. Questions, comments, or concerns? Let me know. The airlines are still sort of in a bad spot. Let's talk about why. Because is oil is still pushing at these elevated levels. If we get back below 80, that's when the market seems to just sort of get a little bit more relaxed. We've only been there for a few days. Last few weeks ago, we were there for a little while back in end of June, early July, but certainly less comfortable at 85. Okay. Okay, let's see. Apple. So Apple, some people might have closed, some might have gotten picked off, some may be held. I'm still looking at it as a hiccup. The trade came on a bounce of this support level. This support level is still intact, right? That's certainly intact. We've stabilized. Let's see what happens. Archer Daniels. Uh, I put Archer Daniels on my list. What would need to happen? Yeah, I'd have to stabilize now, in between the 50 and the 100, and then turn. We'll see if that actually ends up developing. AMAT dropping a little bit. Amazon. Ooh, Amazon. You can see we were thinking, was it? And then it had a little hiccup. Well, if that's a hiccup, this might be the second chance. I'm looking at it, thinking about it. ASX, I'm also thinking about if it can stabilize, find support, but it has not yet. Not yet. Let's see. Okay. Um, BAC. Oh, this could be for me a BAC. Stochastics is getting a nice turn. You can see that this support level is holding. I'd put it right around the high of this candle here, 62.52. I would maybe say I'd like to see it at 62.55. A little bit higher. Give me the full engulfing candle plus this. Steven, I wondered if you would like that as well. Um, let's see. BNS. Yeah, we'll come back to this for sure. This is on a this is a could be even if the market doesn't get a turn as a financial leader. BNS still kind of chopping and you can see it's let's go we'll go look at the heat map here in just a minute and see if we like it. City if you like I think BNS is stronger now though. Or I mean I think Citigroup look at the trends. Yeah, definitely BAC is stronger. Cake. Ooh, I forgot about cake. Where did I want that? I wanted to try to catch it between 109.50 and 110. It didn't get down there yet. Couldn't pull back. You can see last time I did this and it went sideways, 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 and then it took off again. We'll see. We'll see if we can't possibly find something here. Okay, so Cheesecake Factory looks reasonable. Okay. Let's see. CrowdStrike earnings. I'd be all over it. I would be all over it. But I don't love the fact that it has earnings coming up. Cisco, no. CSX, okay. I think I can. I think I can. If it stays in here, I can give it. I don't have much leeway. If it starts to peel off, I'm probably gonna start jacking the stop tighter into the price range, putting it up tighter. Um, I would like to see this happen. We'll see what goes on with this. This could be an interesting one. CTAS, yeah, let's try it. Okay, let's see. Let's go Delta. Not looking good. The diamonds look okay. The Dow. Let's see. CSX. We did this. Sorry. Where was I? Elf. Elf. Yeah, that entry was just kind of a sneaky one where it was like we were waiting on the stochastics through here. Then by the time we got, just sort of popped away. Maybe if we had been watching that one, we might have been willing to take a slightly more aggressive entry. Um, yeah. Okay, let's see. Why can't I delete that? GE, this one got away. This one ended up in a stop. If you're in it, we talked about you really need to see recovery quickly or stop looking for it. Gold. Yeah, the precious metals are looking a little stronger all of a sudden. Here's GM. GM had a recovery for anyone who happened. I stopped out. This was the support level. This was my stop. Some people stayed, and you can see it recovered, but then the recovery was a bit fleeting. So don't let this do much more than it already has without making taking some action on that. Google. Ooh, hello, Google. Ah, Charles said it. Yeah, Google was like, we weren't quite sure because it just was having a real hard time getting around, getting out of this. But it seems like today is trying. I do want to give it some time, but yes, I agree with that 100%. 100%, Charles. That's the strongest candidate so far with BAC also showing some possibility. Goldman. No for Goldman, not looking as good. HBQ, I like this setup, but we've got earnings here. Few things in the tech market are definitely getting closer. IWM looks fine. JNJ. Okay. KM. Okay. Well, I'm not looking to trade out of this. I think this has been in a very large sideways consolidation pattern. But if it pops up like this and then it comes back down and then turns, that's going to be attractive to me. Okay, let's see. LRCX. We'll come back up and hit Google with numbers. I just want to get through the list. LRCX is actually still feasible, just not yet. This could be a little later in the week. Lunar's still feasible, could be later in the week. The space stocks were like maybe, but you can see today they're down almost 9%. And if Lunar is, what do you think the odds are that Rocket Lab is 4% and SpaceX is only 2%? Okay, there you go. So that might help you decide which one looks most interesting. Uh, let's see. Where was I? MetLife. Okay, MetLife could be also in the running for a trade too. We got several things today. Meta? No. Monster? No. Marvell? Now I feel rushed. Marvell is no. Okay. Morgan Stanley. Morgan Stanley, no. I don't like that as much. Microsoft. You could be thinking about Microsoft. It's been holding this support now. It's starting to move. You can see the stochastics is starting to turn. Micron is down. Netflix is sideways. Nokia still setting up. Could be later this week for me. Nvidia's got earnings. Everybody's going to be watching that one. Oklo, we were thinking looks reasonable until we never got the signal. Here we had the candle, but the stochastics wasn't cooperating. Here the stochastics, but not the candle. Here it fell apart. Oracle still waiting. Palantir still waiting. Qs aren't looking good. Down almost 1.5%. So most of technology is no good. Though we're finding that um, we're finding that uh, yeah, the Google, the communication services, maybe not necessarily um, in that same place. So okay, let's keep going through the lists. Starting to get a lot of red. Rocket Lab is down. Ross Stores is down. RTX down. Could be a trade setting up on RTX. I mean, it's all the way back. Still above all this though. Silver, SanDisk, no. SpaceX, no. How's the SPY doing? Let's go back into the opening range. And you can see we moved up, got about halfway, and are coming back down. We'll see if we end up back down at that lower end of that range. TD Bank. Oops, let's get out of this. No Target. Man, Target just keeps on going. Keeps on going. T. Rowe Price, flat. Tesla pulling back. TSM, no. Unilever. Oh, I'm talking. I was looking for it here, but I gotta say, sometimes these ADRs, American Depository Receipt, if you're not sure what that is, coming from a different um but you can see it's trading from a different country. So I believe this is actually British. But I could be wrong. If anyone knows better, let me know. But you can see it just like gap down, gap up, sideways, down, up, and it just kind of chopped around and never felt like it got. But then all of a sudden, we're moving. I don't know. Had an interesting quality to it. UPS, no. Viking Cruises, no. You can see got hurt. The VIX, fine. WDC, oh yeah, WDC does not look great. Walmart also is a no. Okay. Okay. What would I say? I would say we like Google right now. Oh, Microsoft looks reasonable right now. Not maybe not quite as much. I'd say Google more than that. Google number one, BAC number two, um, and uh, Microsoft number three. Okay, so let's go take a look at Google. And we'll zoom in a little bit. Okay, we'll move this just a little bit like that. Oh, okay. CALY, Tom Cook says. Let's take a look. Callaway Golf. Yeah, you can see that post earnings, we've been waiting, and it just sort of you know, keeps on dropping down. Okay. All right, let's see. And I know. And I know. Thank you very much. Whoops. Thank you very much. So, a lot of people, it seemed, had taken at least some off and still had some on. If you still had some on, Friday was a great day. Today tested higher, but is now stuck in the middle. Stochastic's coming down. You can see it's made a good move. Yeah, I think yeah, it's a discretionary thing at this point, whether people are staying with it or not. Friday, Victor said. There you go. Yeah. But great trade. All right, let's see. Back to Google. I've already got my line here ready to go. That puts me at 395. Oh, I need my other platform up. Give me 1 second to get this. All right, let's see. Three, trying to get to a, okay. See if you can't push it just a little bit more. Uh, let's see. Okay. All right, let's see. We are looking at Google. Google. And I think we still have time for the Septembers. We still have time for the Septembers. I'm gonna probably end up going out of the money a little ways. Oh, where are we? 350-ish? And I think it's gonna get 375s, 380s. Target price is 395. Stop price. I think we're gonna have maybe 339. Let's try that. 339, 395. Today's date is the 24th. Um, I probably can give it at least just to here, the end of the week. If I carry it past that, let's go like 2 more days. It's an extra 30 a contract. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Yeah, the reward to risk is strong. Uh, we did $300. You're talking two contracts of these. I'm liking this. I'm gonna give it a little bit more time. Yeah, I think this is actually showing up pretty well. So yeah, let's see what happens there. Any questions about that? Let's take a quick peek at Bank of America as this one is actually looking good as well. Um, Target price probably be looking for at least 67. That's about 4.5 points. 4.5 points, and maybe taking a buck 30 to get it. So you've got a 3-1 there as well. Questions. Questions about those trades. What might be we looking for to confirm anything along those lines? Let me know. If you have questions about a different trade, let me know. RY. Yeah, let me pull it up. RY. Royal Bank of Canada. You've got earnings in just a few days. Otherwise, I'd like what you have going on here. Uh, yeah, you've got a nice little hammer style candle showing up here. Stochastics is turning, but you've only got a couple of days before the earnings show up. Only a couple of days. Right now, I would say we've got, oh, let me go look at I'm gonna go see the map. Okay, we've got technology red, only Microsoft. So that also has me a little bit like, I don't want to take Microsoft if it's the only thing there. And it's getting pulled down. So yeah, I would move Microsoft further off the list. Google for communication services looks good. Financials are looking good today. Um, yeah. Okay, let's see. Consumer defensive, but we don't really have much in that area. Okay. Yeah. Google's my lead, front runner. Probability 70%. Victor says a little bit more engulfing will do it. Yeah, I got you. Looking for something to cross a certain threshold. But I'm feeling fairly confident that we'll see that come out. Now, you saw exactly the details. You can decide you want to go deeper in the money. You can decide if you want to go further out of the money. You can decide if you like that trade. If you want to if you want to pull the trigger before getting the alert because you like how it looks. That's the great thing about the alerts themselves. So I will be anxious to hear about that. Schedule is the normal for the rest of the week. I will be here tomorrow morning. Glenn on Wednesday morning. We'll have our back-to-back Q&A group sessions on Tuesday night and then again Thursday night. I love it. This is about as this is it's not bad. Technology sector is getting a little hurt. Everything else looks okay. Posture's holding up. Things are holding up. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Thanks, everybody. It's great to see you guys. Keep your eye out for the alerts. And as always, happy trading.